Animals through the seasons. Extension experience for AAPS adventurers. Created by Court Ambrosino of the Ann Arbor Public Schools Environmental Education Program.
Hello, meteorologists. Mr. Ambrosino here, environmental education teacher for Ann Arbor Public Schools. In the environmental education program, we visit all the schools in AAPS and take students on field trips to help them learn about nature and the environment. I heard you were studying weather patterns through the 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. We all know that the weather impacts people and our behavior a lot. Think about it. We wouldn't wear a heavy coat and hat and mittens on a hot summer day like today. And we wouldn't go swimming outside in January. Brr. But changes in the weather affect other Michigan animals besides humans as well. Can you think of some ways that you already know about how animal behavior changes as weather patterns change throughout the seasons? When do you notice the most animal activity outside? During warm months or cold months? Let's go season by season and explore some of the phenomena or interesting things that happen to animals throughout the year. As you study patterns in weather, I think you'll start to notice some patterns in animal behavior too. First of all, I want to remind you that animals have an important relationship with plants. Plants provide food for animals, places to hide and raise their babies, and materials to build their homes. So one way to study how animals change throughout the season is to observe how plants also change. All living things are affected by the changes in weather throughout the seasons of the year. Spring in Michigan. Let's start in spring, the time of year when the weather starts to warm after the cold winter months. We tend to get lots of rain, and the outside world feels like it's waking up after a winter slumber. One of the things you might notice about animals in early spring is that they are often skinny, hungry, and looking for food after the cold winter. Have you ever seen a tree with the bark eaten at its base, for example? What isn't normally a yummy food can become attractive to animals like rabbits at the end of the winter that haven't been able to find other plant material to eat. As the weather warms up and the amount of rain increases in spring, we see an explosion of plant growth. We also see a lot more animal activity. Many bird species that migrated or moved somewhere else where they could find food return to Michigan in the spring. Other animals that have been hibernating or dormant during the winter become more active. Spring is a great time to get outside and observe animals. With more food available, many animals also build nests and have their babies in the springtime. Have you noticed baby animals in the springtime? Like a chick, baby bird, a fawn, a baby deer, or a tadpole, a baby frog. Summer in Michigan. As spring moves into summer, we see warmer temperatures and lots of food available for animals. Babies get bigger and start venturing out on their own, like baby birds fledging or learning to fly and leave the nest. Tadpoles metamorphose or transform into frogs and leave these watery nurseries like this vernal pond for life on land. Insect activity increases too. And bzzz, watch out for those mosquitoes. Butterflies are busy carrying out their life cycles in summer too, laying eggs which hatch into caterpillar larvae, building chrysalises, and emerging as a new generation of adult butterflies. Fall in Michigan. As fall arrives, the days get shorter and the temperatures get cooler. Many animals begin preparing for winter. As trees produce cones and nuts in the fall, animals like squirrels collect these food sources and stash or hide them to eat during the winter. Many animals, like deer, go on an eating frenzy to create fat reserves to help them survive in the winter when they won't be able to find as much food. Deer also grow extra fur during this time to help keep their bodies insulated and warm. And by fall, the male deer, or bucks as they're called, have grown large antlers as they prepare to become dads and try to find a mate. Winter in Michigan. Cold temperatures start arriving, plant life decreases, and ice starts to form on the lakes. You'll also notice many changes in animal behavior in winter. Some animals, like many bird species, leave our area or migrate in search of food. We say goodbye until spring to animals like orioles and monarch butterflies. Winter can be a tough time for animals that stay in Michigan, and they've adapted to survive the weather. Some animals, like bats, hibernate during the winter. Their heart rates decrease, they stay in one place, and they don't move around or eat. Other animals, like chipmunks, don't fully hibernate, but they go dormant or become less active. Chipmunks live in underground burrows during the winter, and they wake up every few days to eat and to go to the bathroom. Other animals, like the black-capped chickadee, stay active during the winter, searching for food every day and relying on layers of feathers to keep themselves warm. These are just some of the changes that we see in animals throughout the seasons. You can continue to learn more about animals by going outside during different seasons and making your own observations. Good luck with your study, scientists. I'm excited to see what you learn about weather patterns in Michigan. See you soon!